We are live. We are live. This is not a fire drill. No, this is not a test. You are now tuned in to the motherfucking best. You are tuned in to Room Service Radio, and we would like to thank you for tuning in. And when I say we, yeah, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? DJ Me is in the motherfucking building. My co-host is in California holding it down, the four-letter word. Uh, we got some new DJs we're going to be rotating in. My man Kilo's focused on football right now. He's assistant football coach over there. I forgot at the high school. So yeah, you're gonna get a whole lot of DJ Me today. We got my man Slim from 112 supposed to be checking in. Let me go ahead and put that out there now. Just spoke with his manager. We're having a little bit of a timing issue. You know, people on the East Coast be kind of forgetting about shit, but I'll keep y'all posted, let you know how that interview is going. Also, want to quickly shout out my man GT for this wonderful merch. You know what I'm saying? Elevation EP dropping very soon. Make sure y'all go cop that. Shout out to the boy GT. International GT on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? The new Mansa Musa videos out right now. Go check that out. Let's go ahead and talk about some things that's going on in Las Vegas this week. Tonight, Virgo Bash celebrating my man King Smash. Tonight at Echelon from 9 to 1 p.m. That's Echelon located in Town Square. It's a Playboy themed party, so make sure you show up in your Playboy attire. Tickets are still available in my man King Smash Instagram bio, or if you're able to pull up, come get them at the door. Also, this Sunday, also at Echelon Row, Renee is having a customer appreciation party for all the wonderful customers who've been supporting the cocktail on the Rocks cocktail services. So make sure you pull up to Echelon, get the tickets from her Instagram bio as well. So that's as far as party. You know, Dre's is always going on this weekend. There's also a special celebration this weekend for my girl DJ Chloe Bernay. Very special celebration going down. I forgot the location, but make sure you check her Instagram and keep up on all that. Biggest thing that's been going on in the culture this week, this motherfucking crate challenge. I we live in a monkey see, monkey do ass world, and there's a lot of monkeys out here climbing on crates, risking their ribs and their back and their necks. For what? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I asked myself, even in my younger years, would I have participated in that? I never was a fan of falling. And just the options, you either, you make it over, whoop-de-doo, or you fall and fuck your shit up and you ended up on the internet as a meme and all like, God bless everybody. I'm thoroughly entertained by it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Neighborhood 6. He took a wonderful fall. He's a former guest here on Room Service Radio. He got room keys and he almost needed some keys to an emergency vehicle to get his ass to the hospital. Cause my nigga took a very bad fall. But shout out to everybody. However you choose to hurt yourself, I guess, do your thing. Also what's going on in the culture, I'll refer to him as the GOAT. R. Kelly, his trial has started and it's not looking good. There's emerging details that drop every goddamn day that looks worse and worse for my man, Yeah, the Aaliyah thing. But that's kind of been known. This is what's so crazy. A lot of it's been known, but a lot of more details are emerging with some of these witnesses' testimony that even I can't really defend. Y'all know I've been defending Kels for a long time, but some of this shit that's coming out is whew. So anyway, it's affecting the streams and everything. So my man is attempting to sell his catalog. It was once valued at about $21 million, and he's attempting to sell it for about $8 million. I think the going rate is. So if you and your friends want to go ahead now, right now, there's not a lot of R. Kelly streams and all that playing, but this too shall pass, and that music will last forever. So it might be a good little investment. If you got a couple of dollars, go ahead, pull your money together and buy that R. Kelly catalog, because in the future it's gonna be worth something. Right now, yeah. But prayers to everybody involved in the situation, everybody involved, because hurt people, you know what I'm saying? So pray for everybody involved in that situation. Speaking of Aaliyah, after 20 years, we recently, I don't know if we celebrated or we acknowledged the 20-year anniversary of her passing. Yeah, acknowledge, because we don't celebrate things like that. But we acknowledge, 20 years ago, this past week, Aaliyah passed tragically in that plane crash. But on a positive note, they finally released some of her music to digital streaming platforms, so we're able to go ahead and celebrate her through music and listen to One in a Million and some of her other classic songs. Because for years it wasn't available to go ahead and stream, but finally the family and the record label decided to go ahead and make that available to the public. So shout out to the fans, you know what I'm saying? We got to at least check out some new Aaliyah music. Speaking of music, it's Friday, so we got some new music to drop. My man Baby King, Las Vegas is very own. I know it's very controversial. I know a lot of people don't really acknowledge that he's from Vegas, but he says Vegas, so he's putting Vegas out there, so it's more light shine to the city. He got a new track out there with Kendrick Lamar. Make sure you go support that, you know what I'm saying, because you are still somehow, some way supporting Vegas music. My man Westside Gun dropped a new CD today. I still say CDs to let you know my age. Project, you know what I'm saying? He dropped a new project today. Whole bunch of dope features on there. My man Bodie James from Detroit on there. One of my favorite collaborators with Westside Gun Stove. God Cooks is all throughout that project. So a lot of do. You know how he do it. I did it terribly, but go listen to him because he do it way better than what the fuck I just did. I don't know what kind of gun that was. It just got shot. But go check out that new project from him. My man Belly dropped an incredible body of work, so make sure you go check that out. And my man Rotimi. You may know him as Dre from Power. A lot of people forget that man is also a talented singer and musician. So go check him out. He's on some Afro beats, Caribbean vibes. And he's been on that wave way before Wizkid got it blowing up out here tremendously. So go make sure you check that out. Now, we got a new artist that I discovered this week named Cleo Soul. We're going to talk about her later on. We're going to get into that and the whole blue-eyed soul movement that they got going on over there in London. But before we get into all that, we're going to get into a mix from my man DJ Me. Y'all stay tuned to Room Service Radio. Hopefully we got my man Slim from 112 coming in. I'll let y'all know. But before all that, we're going to get into a new track from my girl, Cash Doll, straight out of Detroit. Cash Doll, Wale, and Eric Bellinger, Single and Happy. Y'all stay tuned to Room Service Radio. Let's go.
Yeah, we get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros.
Room service.
Hey, what's up? It's Chardai Love.
And this your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. We got boom keys.
And you are now checked into
Room service radio.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key.
I also want to give a shout out to my good sponsor, you feel me? Your Way Restaurant, man. I'm drinking my good water out this good old mug, man. I appreciate y'all for the sponsorship, man. Y'all go check out Your Way Restaurant. They serve breakfast and lunch right there on Lake Meeting Jones, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, right behind the Walgreens, and next door to Capriati's. But look, man, they serve breakfast and lunch. Bomb food. My favorite is the breakfast potatoes and the gravy. Oh, I ain't had no good gravy over my breakfast potatoes in a minute. So I'm very thankful for that. Pancakes, man, they homemade. So that's bomb. Of course, you get the omelets, you know what I mean? And you get your food your way, the way you want it. They serve lunch as well. They got the good nachos with the Doritos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like homemade. You feel me? They also got the vegan option. So if you're a vegan, you can get the good old, basically a vegetable taco. You know what I'm saying? My wife had it, loved it. And that chicken patty melt or the beef patty melt, my favorite. So make sure y'all tap in to Your Way Restaurant right on Lake Meeting Jones for my sponsorship. Man, go tell them Hot Seat with Icy Jones sent you. Now let's.
Invest the trapper. Let's go. Even when the temperature's 5 degrees, I'm still hot as grease. Plus I decoded the matrix like Keanu Reeves. I'm young Neo, it's obvious I'm designed to lead. I'm focused like a sniper behind the trees. The landlord when you sign a lease. Accounts double like they Siamese. We blow the finest trees. I knew I made it when I felt the Bahama breeze. And had a Creole goddess serving me wine and cheese. It's hard work but success put my mind at ease. Sales operations getting all kind of leads. I invest in resources that China needs. It feels good when you make it past the minor league. Watch me bring it to your live like it's China 3. Invest a trapper, now that's a different kind of breed. If you ain't providing no cheese, then it's time to leave. I'm just trying to win meals like Dominique. Yeah. My flow tighter than designer jeans. And I don't need a ghostwriter, I'm the rhyming king. I know fighters, they behind the team. But I can get you and your man both higher, I'm behind the schemes. Got the cameras, B-rolling, behind the scenes. When you see me on the set, every time I'm clean. The GM that's behind the rings. I drafted Jordan, and then I put shooters all around the team. Invest your income, so you can multiply your means. Get some Levi stock, instead of buying jeans. I flip oceanfront timeshares by the sea. My last client, he ended up buying 3. I get paid every day of the entire week. The portfolio gon' pay off the entire fleet. I never had to sell crack or supply the fiends. See, the corporate hustle was always inside my jeans. Now, investor trapper be providing seeds. So my influence bout to be tall as trees. Don't let them negative folks rob your dreams. That's jealousy, envy, sometimes it's greed. Paperwork for 2 businesses, about a G. A year later, they worth 100,000 each. Usually, shadow waters where you find the leech. I talk change, but this ain't no Obama speech. See that the investor.
When I think of a confident woman, I think of a woman who keeps her hair done, her nails done, makeup done. She walks in a room and she owns it. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a CEO. She's an everyday woman. No matter what, she's always on beat.
Did you kill now?
Charlie, I didn't kill nobody. Relax.
Every day you walk out of this house, I'm praying for you.
I probably won't make it to see 23. Living at the speed of light, like a bullet.
I feel like something bad gonna happen.
No, I was in there, bro. Hey, nigga, you need to watch where the fuck you walking.
I could be there by the morning.
Listen! We smoking weed, we drinking Henny, but we cooking shit. And we having fun. You want to be here, at least tune in. What I'm going to be cooking? Shit, I don't know. But we know one thing. My ass going to be cooking.
I got what you need. What you need. What color you want. What color you want.
Yeah, we get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars.
Room service.
Hey, what's up? It's Chardai Love.
And it's your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. We got room keys.
And you are now checked into
Room service radio.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key.
I also want to give a shout out to my good sponsor, you feel me? Your Way restaurant, man. I'm drinking my good water out this good old mug, man. I appreciate y'all for the sponsorship, man. Y'all go check out Your Way restaurant. They serve breakfast and lunch right there on Lake Meeting Jones, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, right behind the Walgreens, and next door to Capriati's. But look, man, they serve breakfast and lunch. Bomb food. My favorite is the breakfast potatoes and the gravy. Whew, I ain't had no good gravy over my breakfast potatoes in a minute. So I'm very thankful for that. Pancakes, man, they homemade, so that's bomb. Of course, you get the omelets, you know what I mean? And you get your food your way, the way you want it. They serve lunch as well. They got the good nachos with the Doritos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like homemade, you feel me? They also got the vegan option. So if you're a vegan, you can get the good old, basically a vegetable taco. You know what I'm saying? My wife had it, loved it. And that chicken patty melt or the beef patty melt, my favorite. So make sure y'all tap in to Your Way restaurant right on Lake Meeting Jones for my sponsorship. Man, go tell them Hot Seat with Icy Jones sent you. Now let's.
Invest a trapper. Let's go. Even when the temperature's 5 degrees, I'm still hot as grease. Plus I decoded the matrix like Keanu Reeves. I'm young Neo, it's obvious I'm designed to lead. I'm focused like a sniper behind the trees. The landlord when you sign a lease. Accounts double like they Siamese. We blow the finest trees. I knew I made it when I felt the Bahama breeze. And had a Creole goddess serving me wine and cheese. It's hard work, but success put my mind at ease. Sales operations getting all kind of leads. I invest in resources that China needs. It feels good when you make it past the minor league. Watch me bring it to your live like it's China 3. Invest a trapper, now that's a different kind of breed. If you ain't providing no cheese, then it's time to leave. I'm just trying to win meals like Dominique. Yeah, my flow tighter than designer jeans. And I don't need a ghostwriter, I'm the rhyming king. I know fighters, they behind the team. But I can get you and your man both higher, I'm behind the schemes. Got the cameras B-roll behind the scenes. When you see me on the set, every time I'm clean. The GM that's behind the rings. I drafted Jordan, and then I put shooters all around the team. Invest your income so you can multiply your means. Get some Levi stock instead of buying jeans. I flip oceanfront timeshares by the sea. My last client, he ended up buying 3. I get paid every day of the entire week. The portfolio gon' pay off the entire fleet. I never had to sell crack or supply the fiends. See, the corporate hustle was always inside my jeans. Now, invest a trapper be providing seeds. So my influence bout to be tall as trees. Don't let them negative folks rob your dreams. That's jealousy, envy, sometimes it's greed. Paperwork for 2 businesses, about a G. A year later, they worth 100,000 each. Usually, shadow waters where you find the leech. I talk change, but this ain't no Obama speech. See that the investor.
When I think of a confident woman, I think of a woman who keeps her hair done, her nails done, makeup done. She walks in a room and she owns it. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a CEO. She's an everyday woman. No matter what, she's always on beat.
Bruce, you alright? Who the fuck did you kill now?
Charlie, I didn't kill nobody. Relax.
Every day you walk out of this house, I'm praying for you.
I probably won't make it to C23. Living at the speed of light, like a bullet. I feel like something bad going.
I was in there, bro. Hey, nigga, you need to watch where the fuck you walking.
I could be there by the morning. Listen!
We smoking weed, we drinking Henny, but we cooking shit. And we having fun. You want to be here, at least tune in. What I'm going to be cooking? Shit, I don't know. But we know one thing.
We are back. We are back once again. You are tuned in to Room Service Radio. It's your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. Once again, make sure you get ready for that Elevation EP from my man, International GT. I forgot to talk about something that's very big that's going on in the city this weekend. We got a versus battle. You know what I'm saying? We got a versus battle R&B edition between J.R. Castro and my man Carlos Farr. So make sure y'all hit the links in their bios. Presented by my man Hell Gang Kitty and my dog King Vay. So make sure y'all go support that. It's very big for the city. And speaking of verses, the biggest verses that we all watching is not exactly a versus battle. Kanye and Drake is still continuing. My man Kanye had yet another listening session, this time in his hometown of Chicago. In Soldier Field, he had his childhood home recreated in the middle of the field. He had a lot of great guests and surprises. My man, he brought out They Done Let the GDs in the Dough, you know what I'm saying, let him perform that song. Interesting enough, the song that he previewed in the Atlanta listening session with Jay-Z on there, it appears that he's been replaced by DaBaby. It's a new verse by DaBaby on there discussing being canceled and all the current shit that's going on. Who knows when the fuck Donda's gonna drop? Last night, my man Kanye set himself on fire. Also had another marriage ceremony with Kim K. He's definitely a creative genius. They say he made about $12 million throughout all this. Definitely a creative genius. His streams was through the roof, and people was anticipating, the new music, going back and get familiar with old music. This is a hell of a rollout. Back in the day, we used to have month-long rollouts in the 90s and 2000s. Kanye just doing that in a much different way and direction. You know what I'm saying? He's a genius. There's nothing else you can say about it. But, the man that he's going up against, the man whose address he leaked this week, my man Drake, he had a creative way of getting his name and anticipation out there. He kind of, air quote, hacked SportsCenter to let everybody know the Certified Lover Boy be dropping September 3rd. That's next very Friday, so make sure you tune in. Be ready. I think Drake will actually drop on the 3rd. Kanye, who knows? He might just drop on the 3rd because Drake dropping on the 3rd. But anyway, we still waiting to hear from my man Slim from 112. Until then, we're going to get y'all ready for some R&B with the R&B vibes. We're going to get you ready for the battle tonight. So we're going to get into a track from my man J.R. Castro. Then we're going to get into some music from Carlos. So y'all stay tuned to Room Service Radio. Let's go.
We smoking weed, we drinking Henny, but we cooking shit. And we having fun. You want to be here? At least tune in. What I'm going to be cooking? Shit, I don't know. But we know one thing. My ass going to be cooking.
I got what you need. What you need. What color you want? What color you want?
Yeah, we get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros.
Room service.
Hey, what's up? It's Chardai Love.
And this your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. We got room keys.
And you are now checked into
Room service radio.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key.
I also want to give a shout out to my good sponsor, you feel me? Your Way restaurant, man. I'm drinking my good water out this good old mug, man. I appreciate y'all for the sponsorship, man. Y'all go check out Your Way restaurant. They serve breakfast and lunch right there on Lake Meeting Jones, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, right behind the Walgreens, and next door to Capriati's. But look, man, they serve breakfast and lunch. Bomb food. My favorite is the breakfast potatoes and the gravy. Oh, I ain't had no good gravy over my breakfast potatoes in a minute. So I'm very thankful for that. Pancakes, man, they homemade. So that's bomb. Of course, you get the omelets, you know what I mean? And you get your food your way, the way you want it. They serve lunch as well. They got the good nachos with the Doritos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like homemade. You feel me? They also got the vegan option. So if you're a vegan, you can get the good old, basically a vegetable taco. You know what I'm saying? My wife had it, loved it. And that chicken patty melt or the beef patty melt, my favorite. So make sure y'all tap in to Your Way restaurant right on Lake Meeting Jones for my sponsorship, man. Go tell them Hot Seat with Icy Jones sent you. Now let's.
Invest the trapper. Let's go. Even when the temperature's 5 degrees, I'm still hot as grease. Plus I decoded the matrix like Keanu Reeves. I'm young Neo, it's obvious I'm designed to lead. I'm focused like a sniper behind the trees. The landlord when you sign a lease. Accounts double like they Siamese. We blow the finest trees. I knew I made it when I felt the Bahama breeze. And had a Creole goddess serving me wine and cheese. It's hard work but success put my mind at ease. Sales operations getting all kind of leads. I invest in resources that China needs. It feels good when you make it past the minor league. Watch me bring it to you live like it's China 3. Invest a trapper, now that's a different kind of breed. If you ain't providing no cheese, then it's time to leave. I'm just trying to win meals like Dominique. Yeah, my flow tighter than designer jeans. And I don't need a ghostwriter, I'm the rhyming king. I know fighters, they behind the team. But I can get you and your man both higher, I'm behind the schemes. Got the cameras, B-roll, behind the scenes. When you see me on the set, every time I'm clean. The GM that's behind the rings. I drafted Jordan, and then I put shooters all around the team. Invest your income, so you can multiply your means. Get some Levi stock, instead of buying jeans. I flip oceanfront timeshares by the sea. My last client, he ended up buying 3. I get paid every day of the entire week. The portfolio gon' pay off the entire fleet. I never had to sell crack or supply the fiends. See, the corporate hustle was always inside inside my jeans. Now, investor trapper be providing seeds. So my influence bout to be tall as trees. Don't let them negative folks rob your dreams. That's jealousy, envy, sometimes it's greed. Paperwork for 2 businesses, about a G. A year later, they worth 100,000 each. Usually, shadow waters where you find the leech. I talk change, but this ain't no Obama speech. See that the investor.
When I think of a confident woman, I think of a woman who keeps her hair done, her nails done, makeup done. She walks in a room and she owns it. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a CEO. She's an everyday woman. No matter what, she's always on beat.
Did you kill now?
Charles, I didn't kill nobody. Relax.
Every day you walk out of this house, I'm praying for you.
I probably won't make it to C23. Living at the speed of light, like a bullet.
I feel like something bad going on.
No, I was in there, bro. Hey, nigga, you need to watch where the fuck you walking.
I could be there by the morning.
Listen! We smoking weed, we drinking Henny, but we cooking shit. And we having fun. You want to be here, at least tune in. What I'm going to be cooking? Shit, I don't know. But we know one thing. My ass going to be cooking.
I got what you need. What you need. What color you want? What color you want?
Yeah, we get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros.
Room service.
Hey, what's up? It's Chardai Love.
And it's your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. We got room keys.
And you are now checked into
Room service radio.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key.
also want to give a shout out to my good sponsor, you feel me? Your Way Restaurant, man. I'm drinking my good water out this good old mug, man. I appreciate y'all for the sponsorship, man. Y'all go check out Your Way Restaurant. They serve breakfast and lunch right there on Lake Meeting Jones, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, right behind the Walgreens, and next door to Capriati's. But look, man, they serve breakfast and lunch. Bomb food. My favorite is the breakfast potatoes and the gravy. I ain't had no good gravy over my breakfast potatoes in a minute. So I'm very thankful for that. Pancakes, man, they homemade, so that's bomb. Of course, you get the omelets, you know what I mean? And you get your food your way, the way you want it. They serve lunch as well. They got the good nachos with the Doritos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like homemade, you feel me? They also got the vegan option. So if you're a vegan, you can get the good old, basically a vegetable taco. You know what I'm saying? My wife had it, loved it. And that chicken patty melt or the beef patty melt, my favorite. So make sure y'all tap in to Your Way Restaurant right on Lake Meeting Jones for my sponsorship. Man, go tell them Hot Seat with Icy Jones sent you. Now let's.
Invest a trapper. Let's go. Even when the temperature's 5 degrees, I'm still hot as grease. Plus I decoded the matrix like Keanu Reeves. I'm young Neo, it's obvious I'm designed to lead. I'm focused like a sniper behind the trees. The landlord when you sign a lease. Accounts double like they Siamese. We blow the finest trees. I knew I made it when I felt the Bahama breeze. And had a Creole goddess serving me wine and cheese. It's hard work but success put my mind at ease. Sales operations getting all kind of leads. I invest in resources that China needs. It feels good when you make it past the minor league. Watch me bring it to your live like it's China 3. Invest a trapper, now that's a different kind of breed. If you ain't providing no cheese, then it's time to leave. I'm just trying to win meals like Dominique. Yeah, my flow tighter than designer jeans. And I don't need a ghostwriter, I'm the rhyming king. I know fighters, they behind the team. But I can get you and your man both higher, I'm behind the schemes. Got the cameras B-rolling behind the scenes. When you see me on the set, every time I'm clean. The GM that's behind the rings. I drafted Jordan, and then I put shooters all around the team. Invest your income so you can multiply your means. Get some Levi stock instead of buying jeans. I flip oceanfront timeshares by the sea. My last client, he ended up buying 3. I get paid every day of the entire week. The portfolio gon' pay off the entire fleet. I never had to sell crack or supply the fiends. See, the corporate hustle was always inside my jeans. Now, invest a trapper be providing seeds. So my influence bout to be tall as trees. Don't let them negative folks rob your dreams. That's jealousy, envy, sometimes it's greed. Paperwork for 2 businesses, about a G. A year later, they worth 100,000 each. Usually, shadow waters where you find the leech. I talk change, but this ain't no Obama speech. See that the investor.
When I think of a confident woman, I think of a woman who keeps her hair done, her nails done, makeup done. She walks in a room and she owns it. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a CEO. She's an everyday woman. No matter what, she's always on beat.
Bruce, you alright? kill now.
I didn't kill nobody. Relax.
Every day you walk out of this house, I'm praying for you.
I probably won't make it to see 23. Living at the speed of light, like a bullet.
Like something bad going.
I was in there, bro. Hey, nigga, you need to watch where the fuck you walking.
I could be there by the morning.
Listen!
Once again, you're tuned in Room Service Radio. That was the latest single off the Elevation EP. How did y'all let me say that wrong and say elevated when it's sitting right here on my shirt? That was Manson Musa from my man International GT off the Elevation EP. You know what I'm saying? Coming up very, very shortly, coming very soon. But y'all go get familiar, run them numbers up on that and on Sweet Tea. Shout out to my guy GT. Real quick before we get into our interview with my man Slim from 112, we did get contact, so we will be having that interview in about 15 minutes or so. So y'all stay locked in. We want to touch on sports. When I say we, I mean me. I want to touch on sports this weekend. This past weekend, we saw the end of an era. My man Manny Pacquiao took a defeat to Ugas. I can't say his first name, but my man Ugas, who was a late replacement for Earl Spence, stepped in and did work. You know what I'm saying? Got the unanimous decision over Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man didn't look like the Pac-Man that we know. He looked very slow and old in that ring, but I can't hold it against him. I think he's about 43 years old now, and he's a senator. You know what I'm saying? We all know why he's still boxing, why most boxers end up still boxing in their 40s due to money issues. Don't let the media fool you. If you really go dig deep, you'll find out that man got tax issues in here and over in the Philippines. So, yeah, hopefully that's the last time we see him in the ring, but unfortunately I think he's going to take one more fight, and I think that's the one that he's going to get a real beating. But it was definitely entertaining. Shout out to everybody who was in town. It was a packed house over there at T-Mobile. It's just good to have live boxing with the audience back here in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Try to have some semblance of normalcy. Also in sports, speaking of boxing, it was finally announced, you know what I'm saying, the Room Service alumni, my man got his room keys. He's been rocking with us since about 2017, 2018. My man Caleb Sweethand Plants got the fight of his lifetime, you know what I'm saying, a unification fight for the super middleweight championship with what's the boy name? Oh, Canelo. That's how confident I am, you know what I'm saying. I know my dog Sweethand's gonna hold it down. So y'all be sure to get ready for that November 6th. That should be here in Vegas. So make sure you support. My man Caleb Plante been rocking with Room Service Radio since the beginning, and we've been rocking with him since the beginning. So definitely proud of you, boy. Go ahead and do work. Shock the world. Before we get into the interview with my man Slim, we about to get into a 112 mix just to get you familiar in case you forgot who this man is. He's part of one of the most legendary R&B groups of all time, and we're going to kick it off with Cupid, one of my personal favorites. So y'all stay locked in Room Service Radio. Let's go.
We smoking weed, we drinking Henny, but we cooking shit. And we having fun. You want to be here, at least tune in. What I'm going to be cooking? Shit, I don't know. But we know one thing. My ass going to be cooking.
I got what you need. What you need. What color you want? What color you want?
We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We be spending money all around the world. 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 We get dollars, pesos, euros, yeah. We
It's your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. We got room keys.
And you are now checked into
Room Service Radio.
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key.
I also want to give a shout out to my good sponsor, you feel me? Your Way restaurant, man. I'm drinking my good water out this good old mug, man. I appreciate y'all for the sponsorship, man. Y'all go check out Your Way restaurant. They serve breakfast and lunch right there on Lake Meeting Jones, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, right behind the Walgreens, and next door to Capriati's. But look, man, they serve breakfast and lunch. Bomb food. My favorite is the breakfast potatoes and the gravy. I ain't had no good gravy over my breakfast potatoes in a minute. So I'm very thankful for that. Pancakes, man, they homemade. So that's bomb. Of course, you get the omelets, you know what I mean? And you get your food your way, the way you want it. They serve lunch as well. They got the good nachos with the Doritos. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like homemade. You feel me? They also got the vegan option. So if you're a vegan, you can get the good old, basically a vegetable taco. You know what I'm saying? My wife had it, loved it. And that chicken patty melt or the beef patty melt, my favorite. So make sure y'all tap in to Your Way restaurant right on Lake Meeting Jones for my sponsorship, man. Go tell them Hot Seat with Icy Jones sent you. Now let's.
And that's the trapper.
Once again, you're tuned in to Room Service Radio. It's your boy, Mr. K-Flyy. And as promised, our very special guest, you know what I'm saying, from ATL, Georgia, from the legendary group, Mr. 112. My man Slim is in the building. The S, the L, the I, the M. Round of applause. Welcome to Room Service Radio, my brother. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. This is an amazing day today. I mean, anybody knows, if you're a true 112 fan, you know that today is the day of we're celebrating 25th anniversary of our first debut album, which that's where Cupid just came from, and absolutely amazing. Today is absolutely amazing. I have some personal things that definitely happened today too. So like this is all around today is absolutely an amazing situation.
Hey, man, well, congratulations on being 25 years in the game, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your special day to check in with Room Service Radio.
Oh man, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Man, glad to have you here, man. We've been trying to set this interview up for a while, and you've been very, accommodating with your time and checking in, and I greatly appreciate it. I see you got that Just Win baby in the background. So you a Raiders fan?
Hardcore. If you cut me, I bleed black and silver. So I mean, this is my Raiders area yourself. So yeah, it's my black hope.
Okay, so how did a man from ATL become a Raiders fan?
Well, I mean, a lot of my family are from Oakland, California. So I guess I would just say I was raised right. One of my, well, I'm telling you the wild story. Like my dad was a hardcore Cincinnati Bengals fan. This is so wild. He loved Ickey Woods, the whole Ickey show.
Shout out to UNLV alumni.
Yeah. So my dad was hardcore. You know what I'm saying with it. So one time, I think my dad knew that one of my great uncles were was definitely a Raiders fan, but he told me to put the jersey on. As soon as he came through, my great uncle came in. He saw me. He peeled that bad boy off me like a banana. When I tell you, turn me upside, peeled it off me like a banana. He got on one knee and looked me, and I said, "Real men wear black." And ever since then, I've been a hardcore Raiders fan. You know what I'm saying? So everything from Jim Plunkett on up.
Okay, so I met you out in Vegas. So are you gonna come out here in Vegas to catch a game live?
Oh yes, Oh, by far. Oh, yes. Like oh, I mean, I've been in the black hole. You know what I mean? Like I've been at a few Raiders games before. So, you know what I'm saying? So it I have to feel it. I need to see this. I mean, I can't wait to actually visit it myself. I hear so many great things about the stadium, so
Oh
I
no, it's
can't wait.
beautiful. They
Oh
definitely
yeah.
did that. I can't wait to, now that fans are able to be in there, I can't wait to see how we do this year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I said we because now I got to be a Vegas Raiders fan since they here in Vegas all of a sudden. I'm a Lions
You,
fan by
you
birth,
feel me?
but
Hey,
now
it's
I'm wearing
okay,
black and
man.
silver.
Come on in, man. Come on in, bro.
I appreciate the open arm welcome. All right, man. So let's get into this 25 years, man. So 25 years ago, what was you thinking on this day?
25 years ago, I was saying, oh man, I hope that we get a chance to put our footprints in the sand of history as far as music's concerned. We from day one, we just wanted everyone to recognize 112 being a force to be reckoned with, and we wanted to be able to not only just participate but actually be um, the the ones that really set the dial as far as where music should go.
Okay.
So when you think of R&B or hip hop and R&B, you can't even say that type of that style of music without mentioning 112. You know what I mean? So I mean that's what we that was the whole thought process even before we had the deal. That's what it was. So to be able to say that our first album 25 years later and
Still classic. Still
still
bangs. You can play it
plays.
from top to bottom with no skips. It's a classic
Oh,
body of work. And to think that's 25 for one, it makes me feel a little old because I remember where I was at when that came out. But damn.
oh,
But,
oh my God.
it shows
We
that
were
good music
babies,
stands the test of
man.
time.
Oh my God. We're all the babies, man. It's crazy. Like it's crazy how time passed by so fast. But it was crazy because I remember I remember being on tour. Our first tour was with the Isley Brothers
Mm.
and Ron Isley, like, you know what I'm saying, legend, OG, man, he told us that, if you're doing it right, everything will go by really, really fast.
Mm.
You know. And he was in the game 40 years. That's when we first started. So just imagine, like I could just imagine how he feels. So wow, 25 years. Yeah, we not that
Nah,
old.
nah, nah. Dance moves still looking crispy out there. I seen y'all in concert recently. Y'all still doing it. You know what I'm saying? So let's take it back to the beginning. Tell me about Slim. Tell me about you and your background and your upbringing.
Oh man, well, you know what? I mean, first of all, I feel blessed to even be a part of the situation because you know, although I grew up in the church. My mom's evangelist, so you know, anybody that grew up in the church, if you had half of a voice, you had
You was
no
in that
choice
church
but to.
choir.
Oh yeah, yeah. You better get your butt up there and sing. You know what I'm saying?
I did my
So
time in the church choir with the cummerbunds and all that and the bow ties. I did all that.
oh my God, like, whatever or I was raised non-denominational, so like you come as you are,
Okay.
like so it can have. I had on I remember my favorite black Tron shirt. I had on with my Sergio Valentino like jeans, like you
Okay.
know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I remember rocking whatever whatever, but it was just like singing in the choir. Now I can front, my first love. I thought I was gonna be an airplane pilot.
Oh,
I
whoa.
have an obsession with aviation, aeronautics, and physics. How something so big floats so easily, like. But God seemed like God had a great, a better plan, a greater plan for me. Had, a greater vision,
Say, I ain't give that
and
falsetto to be flying planes.
you're right. Yeah, because I was getting whooped, using that falsetto in church. But I'm glad that Mike had when he heard me, I had met them after coming from Benjamin Mays. I went to 1 year there, and then I had to come back. I went back, came back to my school, that my community school, Walter F. Georgia High, and I ran into Mike. I heard one of the former members sing. And I was like, I sound better than him. And then Mike, I remember Mike turned looking back at me and said, "You know what? We'll see then." So when we went to lunch, like it was this cafeteria, the cafeteria there. They were known for like getting huddling up, and all the girls, were they love to hear like singing and stuff like that. So anytime you saw them sitting next to each other. Now I was a bit of a nerd. These guys were kind of actually kind of popular. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When they got together, here I was in my JROTC uniform, and Mike brought me over there, and he was like, "Hey, man, hey, this guy right here says he sound better than you." Mike, Mike doing this
Challenge.
thing. I was like, "Whoa, challenge!" So he's looking at me like, "Man, I don't remember seeing you in chorus or anything like that." Like, okay, that's a big statement. He had that look on his face,
Like, please.
and one of the guys that used to be in the group, actually he wasn't in the group at the time. He was a athlete at the time. So when he saw me, I was known as being academically inclined. You know what I mean? I played the cello. I was first cello. You know what I'm saying? Something like
Okay.
that. I was not, known for like. So immediately he started laughing all in my face. Like, come on now, what, yo? But then I said, hey, within me by take six. Someone said, yeah, we know that song. So I started off, and man, and immediately once the harmony came in, and I went into the falsetto and stuff, and I
They knew
in
then
about
it was a
5 seconds,
problem.
it went from talking to it went completely silent. So then when they could hear me actually singing, that was the first time people knew that I could sing.
Right.
And now the girls are going, they screaming and going crazy. They're like, what? It was amazing. And I still remember that guy, the former guy's look on his face. A bit of, what I'm saying? Like, I still remember that look.
Hey,
Like,
that's priceless moments.
it was just priceless. So as soon as I finished singing it, and everybody was like, what? And I turned around and looked at him.
Told you, boy.
Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, it's real fun. It was really fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those memories right there are priceless, man.
All right, so take us to after the formation of the group. Just paint the picture of Atlanta back in the early '90s for the people.
Oh my God. Okay, so Atlanta period, you have to understand the culture of the music. So first off, Atlanta was just now starting to get into the music scene.
Right.
Silk, big shouts out to Silk.
Okay.
Silk was our boys to men as far as you know groups being heard from Atlanta, Georgia. They had a record they came out with Happy Days. I never forget that. We were still in high school. Big shouts out to our friend Escape. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Tiny, you know what I'm saying? Tiny grew up in our hood. Like she went to school. I went to school with her in middle school. So to see her go over to Tri City and then here comes Escape, that was huge. Like when you start seeing the movements of TLC and Outkast and Goody Mob, the whole LaFace, So Def movement, like it was absolutely amazing. It was like at the beginning of Dallas Austin. You know what I'm saying? Like wow, like it was like here we are, this fresh breath of it's just the fresh breath of fresh air, and we had something to say. The South had something to say. We
For
felt like
sure.
the doors opening here. You know what I mean? Everybody thought that all of the talent either came from New York or California. You know what I'm saying? And here we are coming in with this fresh new feel, and we were trying to figure out like who were we?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so it was just a blessing in disguise that we didn't get signed to the labels that we thought we were going to. We thought we were going to be signed with Dallas Austin.
That was
You
about to be
know,
my next question. How you boys get out the South and make it up there to Bad Boy?
you're right. So we were. I mean, when we were in high school, we were coming up there. So we had this guy that he had, his name's Courtney Seals. He had found us at a talent show
Mm-hmm.
that well, we had won all of the talent shows, so they wouldn't let us compete anymore. We never lost. Like
Never
so,
lost.
never lost. Right? So it was just a situation of okay, well y'all can't compete anymore. Y'all done on. All right, so y'all can special guests,
Hmm.
and that was a big movement in itself. We ran into this guy, Courtney Stills. He had relationships with Dallas Austin, where he brought us to these guys that we now know everybody knows as Tim and Bob.
Okay.
Now we were supposed to be their group. We were coming up to Dallas Austin studio, and we were in there just. I mean, we would practice, just like we were when we would practice over Mike's grandma crib, and But now we're in the studio practicing, and got with these guys with Tim and Bob, and got a chance to actually start recording, learning how to record. So a lot of those records you heard on the first album,
Mm-hmm.
some of those songs like um, just a little while, now that we're done, can I touch you? See, Boys to Men, they were working on Boys to Men's. I think two albums. And Wanye and Sean saw a lot of talent with us. So they were coming into our little smaller room and was actually helping us.
Mm.
Tim and Bob, they were like showing us like real tricks and stuff. We were definitely uh we were really aggressive with the harmonies and stuff like that. So we knew how to do that, but we didn't know how, it was just they were polishing us, like teaching us
Right.
to actually know how to record. So
What they used to do with groups back in the day.
yeah, so you know what I'm saying, was working along with Boys to Men, and then for this is here we got a true fact here. Like Now That We're Done actually came from the remix of Ah.
Mm.
So the second verse of Ah remix says, "Now that we're done, what are you thinking? Should we
Mm.
talk about it? Maybe, maybe." See, and so we took the "Now that we're done,
And just made it
what are
into a
you
whole
thinking?"
song.
and made it into a whole song.
That's
So big shouts
crazy.
out to Sean and Wanye helping us, what I'm saying, put it together, and and then here we go. They told us that, we were the only group I know that could sing their songs, like that
Mm.
type of song. So they actually jumped in with us, like, hey, let's help them. Like that was crazy, and we were in high school. So I always remind Sean all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I'm giving you your flowers now. Without y'all, wouldn't have
There's
been
no
us.
us.
So we have a lot to be thankful with guys like even with Jodeci, we were around them a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was more after we got signed.
Right.
But yeah, so
So how did you go from Tim and Bob and Dallas Austin to end up with Sean Puffy Combs?
okay. So here we are, four boys, Cleveland Avenue. We didn't have really a look or anything like that. We're
Right.
straight from the hood. Everybody. You think of a rappers. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug or Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. Look, Hey, look. These guys are definitely from the South Side. We're from the hood too. First one to really be saying Cleveland Avenue straight up.
Okay.
Um,
Let it be known
like
then.
we had a we weren't known for we could sing, but we couldn't dress. Okay,
Okay.
we need a budget. We need a budget. So sometimes it was hard to like picture it. So I'm sure Dallas Austin, he had a lot of stuff in it, and he was working with Voice to Men, TLC, Madonna. They were right there. We were right there when he was working with them. So we knew the challenge that he had. So
Right.
one of the guys that also knew of us, he was friends with Puff. Now at the time, Puff was not Puff Daddy. There was no Bad Boy.
Right.
Okay, so he happened to be riding in the car with him. This is what we are told. Like he had to been right. He was riding in the car. We did this one song demo called "Never Fall in Love Again." Amazing record. Dallas Austin wrote, whatever, right? So I guess they were in the car and he played it, and Puff was like, "Yo, who are these dudes?
Hmm.
Like, okay, so do they sound like that in person, like live? Like how they sounds on the tape?"
Hmm.
And he was like, "I mean, I can do better. I can do better. I rather show you better than I can tell. You know what I'm saying?" So um, we we had this one shot. We were too young. Like I said, we were still in high school. So anybody knows about ATL back in the day. You know what I'm saying? In the '90s, you knew about the club called 112.
Right.
Everybody knew. Like so we went up there. We could not go inside the club. That's for sure.
Hmm.
I got front. I snuck out. Got my ass whooped real good for that. But I snuck out. We got in the car. We rode it there to the parking lot. we were looking at each other like, hey, we got this one shot. And I never forget, like, when we walked up to him, you could tell he's from New York, like his whole demeanor, the hat, unique
Yeah, had
hat.
that little cocky swag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he was like, yo, Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hurt y'all boys can sing, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let me hear some. So us being talent show driven, we don't care what it is. Hey, we don't need no tape, nothing, you know what I'm saying? So we just start singing acapellas. Everything we could possibly sing. And I never forget, he said, hey man, I think you could sing ABCs and y'all just sound amazing. So he he heard us and he was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get back with y'all. But he wasn't actually sure because I'm telling you right now, like I said, we might sound like how we do now, but we didn't look.
The
You know
look
what I'm
didn't
saying?
match the
Like
sound back then.
yeah, the look didn't match the sound. I know I probably look real hood, like I t-shirt, whatever, like I'm just whatever. So that time, the next time, uh, Courtney Seals, Bear, we call him Bear. He's also a master barber. People don't really know that, but he is. So he cut our hair. The other guy, K Wells, let us wear his clothes. So now he brought us to Doppler Studios, and I forget it. Big shots out, Kim Porter, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Kim.
TLC was there, Usher and Faith, and we got a chance to get out there and sing. Now we're in the studio. We got Duran on the piano. We're singing the songs now on the piano. And now you're seeing a whole different feel.
Yeah.
The clothes, the look, the piano, we singing. They got some girls in there. They crying and stuff. We in there singing. So now I remember hearing Faith looking at Puff saying, if you don't sign these boys, you're stupid. You're crazy. Like, these boys are bad. Like, these boys are really bad. Like,
some bad boys, literally.
I heard Usher say some things, and yeah, like it was crazy. So big shouts out to Kim Porter, Usher, and Faith for
making sure y'all ain't leave that room without a deal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we came. So 3 months later, we got a first draft of a record deal.
That's what's up. So now let's fast forward to making the album. What was the process of creating such a classic album? You said some of those songs already done with Tim and Bob. What was it like actually working with Tim and Bob, then going to work with Puff?
Absolutely. So when we moved to New York, we started working with Dave Hollister and Albie Shore.
Whoa!
And
shout out Dave Hollister. That's one of the most underrated artists ever in the game.
Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Like we got a chance. We didn't know he was like an amazing songwriter. Like we were like really trying to figure out our sound. But we started getting used to the sound that we had when we were working with Tim and Bob.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually came to Puff and said, hey, look, we were working with these guys now. I know that, Dallas Austin, I don't know if he's like a rival or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look, we were working with these guys, these producers. The name is Tim and Bob. Hey, we really want to work with them. We,
got a chemistry.
The record that you heard. Yeah, we have an amazing chemistry. So, what's up? So Puff felt it and he was like, okay. So he brought him up here and the rest was, man, we went crazy. You know what I'm saying? We start adding on to the songs we already had and talked it through, you know what I'm saying? Like it was absolutely amazing.
That's crazy. So now you're on a legendary Bad Boy. Did you know back then that you was a part of such a legendary label? Like, did you know that 25 years later, Bad Boy would be Bad Boy?
Now, see, you know what? You didn't when you're in real time, all you're doing is kind of like appreciating everything day by day, or the second by second, minute by minute, as we are living it. You know what I'm saying? I feel blessed just to be out of the hood and got a chance to ride on a plane for the first time and being in New York City. Like, I was a nerd. I read about these things. I never thought I would actually be able to see the strip. You know what I mean?
And
like
coming from Atlanta and seeing those big buildings had to be a shock.
Yeah, the lights, and you're actually sitting out there. I used to go out there and just breathe and smell, close my eyes and smell it and just listen to them. So I was like, wow, like you're totally in a different world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to be able to like be with one of the first people that embraced us when we first got there was Faith and the Notorious B.I.G. Oh my God. Like that was crazy. Like we were always around them, so everybody knows like Faith and Big were married. So, um, Faith loved us. She would bring us around. Then we got a chance to be with Big, and Big had an amazing, profound respect for us. He used to bring us with him when he was doing his promo for the like Ready to Die, especially if it was within an hour radius of New York City.
Yeah.
So sometimes we would drive like one would be in one Land Cruiser, the Lexus Land Cruiser, the other one's in the other one, and other two, and we would ride to like Philly, and he was doing promo and stuff like that. We would get a first class lesson of how to like control the crowd and stuff like that. Big was like amazing, but he would always talk to us, and he always called us great. Like he always like so it that feeling was always in us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I just knew
but
greatness was inside you.
yeah, but we were watching them.
Okay.
Like it was crazy. Like Big, boom, Craig, boom, the Big Mac whole movement. Then you had Total, boom. Then the whole Faith move. I'm like, whoa, what is going on here?
And
This is like a real, it's like Motown.
That's
You know what I'm
something I
saying?
wanted to touch on because I don't think people give her flowers. Explain the importance of in R&B that Faith holds.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so all right.
You got to
So
sit up
first
on
of
this. So let them know how serious it is. All right.
It's like, so first of all, you have to understand, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to our sister Faith. Like, see, first of all, like people don't understand, like, she was a multi-level threat. So
Mhm.
yes, everybody knows her as being a premier singer, but you know what I'm saying? Like people didn't know just explosive she was with the pen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like she wrote records like with Usher, and we watched her write the record, write a Donnell whole album on Mary J. Blige. Like, I mean, we were literally watching. You know what I'm saying? And then she's doing her album
At the same
she's doing
time.
writing at the same time. Like, and she never wrote. Everything was right here.
Wow.
Her and Biggie used to record the same way. Faith still does it. Like
That's
no
crazy.
paper. She'll have it in her head. We could be talking with her, and then she'll just be like, "Okay, I'm ready." Huh? The track is playing, and she'll come in there. Whoa, man! We were like, man. And then she was like so nice enough to let us write with her. We were like, what? So that's why we were on her album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people, we were writing too. So we got a chance to write with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Before our album came out. So so it was just like to work with Faith, and she's just absolutely amazing. People don't y'all do your homework. I'm telling you right now, like she's amazing. Like she's amazing vocalist. Yes, we know that. That her pen is
That's what I
vicious.
wanted to highlight. I don't think a lot of people know how great her penmanship is. Like she's written plenty of hits, like plenty of
Plenty of
hits.
hits, but oh Lord, yo. So
Like they
that's
don't
why I
want to see
said, like,
Faith in the verses. I don't think a lot of people.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm telling you, you say 20. So that's why I say, like, with bad boy artists, you know what I'm saying? Like people have to understand, you know what I'm saying? We were multitasking our situations. Like we weren't just one level, like 1 degree type of an
Right.
artist, and you know what I mean? No, like we definitely did work with everyone else, and you know what I mean? Some push their skills levels, harder than others, but you talking about Faith in the verses, yeah, you gonna bring some fire because if she ever opens up that catalog, it might be vicious.
Yeah, I'm a
Game
fan of
over.
reading credits, and so I'm familiar with how
Yeah,
many
you
credits that she's a part
do your
of.
homework before you start calling out people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get
Yeah.
back on that whole bad boy era. What was it like just to go on tour, knowing that you was part of the hottest label?
Wow. After we finished doing that our first album, debut album, 112, our first tour was with the Isley Brothers. And that was an amazing situation in itself because we learned a lot. Like we learned out of all of our tours, from the Isley Brothers to Janet Jackson to, New Edition to,
You
Puff
going
Daddy and
past
Family
these too
Vacation.
fast, my brother. You're just speeding past all these legendary names and
Yes, I know
legendary
what I said.
moments.
Like Whitney Houston. Okay, so check this out. Our first one was the Isley Brothers.
Right.
we learned that we had to really perform. We didn't have but one song at the time. So we came out with Only You. Yes. It was working in our in our era,
Right.
we come out, we're teenage. Hey, we had a craze. It was like a, I myself, I could not walk down the street or something like that. It was like a mania type
So
situation or
you
whatever.
got to live. Yeah, I keep forgetting. You got to live through that era when fans was just running up on you, just want to take a piece of your T-shirt
Yeah,
and
they
all
were
that.
going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to
So
be in
so it was
magazines and stuff like that. These kids, they don't really get to experience all that. They don't really know what that
yeah,
fandom is like. They just double tap on the Instagram. They don't know what it's like to never see your favorite artist and happen to catch them in the mall because they was in tour looking for a T-shirt for in your city.
yeah. And see, I used to get banned from like Lennox. I remember coming back from Atlanta. I was banned. I could not go to certain malls and stuff. It used to be a craze. Like they would say I
Yeah.
was inciting a riot, but just buying some socks or some shoes or something. But but it was one thing we learned from being on tour with the Isley Brothers was that we had to learn how to perform, and we had to be able to perform to audiences that were older than what we're accustomed to.
Right.
So that being said, we had to learn how to sing. We had to learn real cover songs, really put together a show, and we had to really sing our butts off. So, you getting your butt kicked every night by the Isley Brothers. You
Yeah.
already know you can't take this butt whooping personally. I mean,
When
these
Ernie
guys
put
had,
that guitar behind his head, it's over.
yeah, it's over, right? But we actually learned, and for for the whole Isley Brothers to embrace us and be able, and just was like, you know, they actually saw greatness in us and would talk to us and and be like, hey, try this, do this, do that. It was absolutely amazing. So uh, we started learning how to put a show together, and hey, we started getting into the groove of our thing. I would sing Babyface. Uh, one of the members would sing Brian McKnight. The other one would sing Stevie Wonder. Mike would sing Donny Hathaway. We would come all together and sing New Edition, or we would sing something that was just, that would very showcase our vocal ability. That you had four lead singers. I was a lead singer of a four lead singing group.
That's
You know
what
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna mention. Each one of you guys, incredible singers in your own right.
Right.
And
So
that's rare for a group like to have
yes,
four, like you
no
say,
weak
four
links.
leads.
Yeah, no weak links whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So we took pride in that. We showcased that. So in that particular tour, that is what got us over. You know what I'm saying? And we got our flowers on that situation.
And so you was Gary mentioned. So after Isley Brothers, you went on tour with Janet.
So after the second one, I think we were on tour with I think it was Keith Sweat. They end up what you call Bone Thugs end up taking over that tour because they got
Hot.
they blew up complete. Oh Lord, that was crazy. And then after that tour, we were on tour with the late great Whitney Houston. That was absolutely amazing. Like we will watch her time and time out, take her shoes off and just walk on the stage with no shoes and just sing those hard songs like it was nothing. And then she was just like,
So what was it like being in front of that audience? Because Whitney had a different crowd from the Isley Brothers, had a different crowd from Keith Sweat. Like they was really
yes,
sending y'all out there.
yes, it was putting us all the way out there. You know what I mean? We had to really adjust, you know, but once again, we had a great situation. Now we had somewhat of a catalog. We had an amazing show that we put together. You know what I'm saying? So now we were showcasing our catalog, and we were intertwining a lot of things that we could we're definitely showcasing that all four lead sings.
Hmm.
And it was actually that was more of a funner tour. You know what I mean? Whitney was just like the coolest aunt you could possibly have. Like that's how she was. She came across. I promise you, I didn't know that she was that cool. You know what I mean? Like she was this big diva, huge, selling 100 million record. Like you're not expecting her to be like, "What's up?"
She was still that chick from Newark.
Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, what's up? What's going on? Hey, so how do we do this? We got 2 days. I mean, I literally I called Six Flags, and we're gonna go there. We didn't know that she was actually closing
The
down Six
whole
Flags.
goddamn.
Like it was like power like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just amazing to see greatness.
That
It
close.
taught us to be humble too. Like it doesn't matter what level you're on. Like the one thing we learned from Whitney was like she enjoyed, you could tell that she enjoyed what she did. Like it was amazing. Like and she taught us how to have fun while we were doing it. Like,
Hmm.
it's like you have one life.
Gotta
You
enjoy
get a
it.
chance to and we were like, we're in Madison Square Garden, second album,
Damn.
our porch. Like Clive Davis came in there with Luther Vandross, you know what I'm saying, talking to us about music on our album. Like, what? Like, I mean, at that point for me, it was like, you got to embrace this Slim. Like, I wish we had the phones and stuff like we
Yeah.
had. Yeah, like we didn't have. I mean,
That's what I was gonna ask you.
um,
Did you ever find yourself fanning out and asking for an autograph? Because we didn't get pictures back then like that. It was all about an autograph.
I wanted to. Oh my God, I wanted to so bad. Like, but we try to hold it together.
Right.
Mind you, I'm the lead singer of the group. You're supposed to have some form of, what I mean.
Yeah, you got to keep it cool at all times.
Yeah, gotta keep it cool. But I mean, sometimes we would tell it like, hey, we'd tell certain people like, look, I mean, you're amazing. You know that. Like, I mean, and they're like, oh, thank you, thank you. Now, just not stop it. You know.
And be yourself now, damn it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
All
So
right, so let's get back to Bad Boy. So, what was it like being that close to legendary Big? What was it like being in the studio? And do you have any special memories or stories that you can give us about Big?
goodness gracious. Now, anybody that really knew Big, he would give you the shirt off his back. Amazing soul. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like he was like real. People didn't know how silly he was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he had an amazing sense of humor. Now, like I know you see somebody 6'4", 400 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That could be very intimidating.
Right.
But once you're around him, he's he's a gentle soul. Like he was like really cool. You know. Now he expected greatness. Now I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like do it right. He'll do it the first time. His presence made you wanna give your best at all times every time he's around you because he's gonna get what you're gonna get. He's sitting in the studio,
Right.
like so you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, like his demeanor definitely rubbed off not only us but everyone in Bad Boy. I really believe that Bad Boy was definitely embodied by the spirit of Big. Like his whole personality, his whole everything was the whole. It
Essence
was
of
just
Bad
the
Boy.
whole essence of that. Yeah.
Okay, so coming up, who are some of your inspirations musically?
Okay. Well, I myself personally, I wasn't able to like really listen to secular music because of my mom. But yes, I mean I listen to like commission whinings. I mean I listen to a lot of contemporary gospel music. But I ain't gonna front now. Come on now. Like, once I start getting into it,
When you start stepping
I ain't gonna front.
outside.
My mom actually was the person that gave me my first switch album, and she gave me Babyface Tender Lover.
Okay.
So and I absolutely love Elder Barge and Babyface, and I love Smokey Robinson. You know what I mean?
All the high pitched singers is what you're telling me. You probably like Eddie
Yeah,
Kendricks too, huh?
anybody with wild voices. So I started studying people like Raphael Sadiq, and you know what I'm saying. Even our boy After Seven, Kevon from After
Oh,
Seven, like
Babyface
so
brother.
yeah, Babyface brother.
Yeah.
Like it was just like I was listening. I used to love, and you have people like the Isley brothers. You have Ron Isley. So the one thing, let me tell you something about him. Like I love artists that know that they don't have the most traditional voice. So what they do is like they do things. They have characteristics that they'll do something, and that's them.
Hmm.
So Ron Isley had his yodel. Babyface had his joint. You knew El DeBarge, Al Green. They had
You
their
naming some
different,
names right now.
yeah, like what I'm saying. So I was trying to figure out. I know I don't have the most traditional voice, so I knew like okay, but I knew myself. Like what I'm saying. I was very comfortable in my own skin, so I knew like okay, I know I don't have the most traditional voice, but I got to do something that's going to make it stick and stand out. You know what I'm saying? So once I start practicing my all holes and you know what I'm saying, learning all kind of like little ad libs and stuff, and I start doing certain things, and they start catching. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh man,
I gotta
that
write that
was like
down.
one of
That
my
get them right there.
yeah, that'll get them right there. Oh man, okay, wow, okay, they like what I do. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing that one right there. So yeah,
All right. So,
that's
as a
it.
former church choir singer myself, do you remember your first church solo?
Ah, yes.
What song was it?
Uh, still holding on. My voice was really, really high back then. They said I wouldn't make it. Said I wouldn't be here today. Said I wouldn't amount to anything. But I'm glad to say that I'm on my way. It's like I could barely I could hear the choir even in my mind singing. 'Cause I'm still holding on. I remember singing that when I was young, and they used to the like the church would be looking at me like, "What in the world is going
Where that
on?"
little
You
boy
know,
get that voice from?
that boy wild, and you know what I'm saying. So I would do a bunch. I could do runs. That's why I started learning. I could do runs and stuff. And, I used to hear woo. You know, you know. I would do such stuff. My mom would be like, "Stop playing. Stop playing."
So, is that when you just started loving your the crowd, being a performer?
Yes, it started getting. It started. I started getting more confident, but it would always be just in the church. So then when it started coming along to, I had my first slap, trying to actually join the chorus in elementary.
Mm.
They told me that yes, you're definitely something's wild with you, but your voice is not traditional, and we didn't have solo songs,
Right.
when you're singing in school and especially elementary. So my voice would stand out. My voice, I probably sound like Abbott and the Chipmunks. So it was like I was doing things that I could hear and stuff, and they were like, "Yo, we hear what you're doing. You sound yes, but because your voice is so different, can't be in this chorus."
You had to learn how to be a team player to be a part of the choir, huh?
Well, no, I was a team player. I would try, but my
But that
voice was
voice
standing
wasn't a
out.
team player. You stood the
Yeah, the
voices too.
voice was yeah. So it was like, so it kind of hurt. So what I did was I took a love for, I started playing in the orchestra. So I started with the viola, and I got into the cello, and I was like first viola for a couple of years, and then first cello ever since third
Now,
grade
now,
out.
now, Slim, you chose two of the least coolest instruments ever to be a part of, right there. Like, god damn, like the
But
cello
I
and the
wasn't
viola.
cool. Hey man, look, I mean, I was known to be academically
I
inclined.
see.
I was, hey, I mean, I was just that. I understood nerds are cool. I freaking.
Hey, you made it work. You know what I'm saying? You
I
made it
made it work.
work.
I made it work. Yeah.
All right, so let's go into that second album. Was it any pressure to follow up such a huge lead, first album?
Well, people thought so. We heard, but it was just like it was one of those things. I think that when you live in New York, it's like New York has that gives you that mentality of like, okay, so you did, so what?
Do it
You know what
again.
I'm saying? Like, okay, so all right, so okay, we doubted y'all. Okay, all right, all right. The album Source gave you 3.5 mics at first. Then they came back and apologized and said we were the over. It was most overslept album of the
Yeah.
year. Then after after Cupid came out, then the album goes double platinum, and they were like, oh, okay, cool. Now you were talking about, oh, they're gonna work on the second album, Sophomore Jinx. Okay, so we were like, for us, it was like, oh, okay, that's how the music game is. Oh, okay, we get it. Like they're not gonna, you know, and rightfully so, And where we from, nothing came easy. We from the hood, okay.
Right.
We're from a place where the only thing you could do is you sell drugs, you shoot, dunk a
What
basketball,
Big say?
score,
Mean
shoot a
jump shot a
touchdown.
slang crack route.
Yeah, hey, that's it. That's it. Whatever you got, like that's it. The only you come out this hood, and for us to be able to even overcome those odds, we felt like we had already won.
Right.
So to come out with a second album, where all we had to do is be us. We're self-contained. We were writing and doing producing and doing a lot of the stuff, and we had an amazing squad with with bad boy producers, and man, this like for us, we felt like, you know, we hear everybody, okay, so we just put it out.
Okay.
So then when the second album came out, and then it achieved what it did, then it was just like one of the, and then right afterwards it was just like boom, okay, now you're on tour with Whitney Houston. Boom.
You ain't even had no chance to soak it in. Just go.
You had no chance. Yeah, like I can't even tell you what happened between the years of '96 to '99.
All right, that's crazy.
Go right past it. Like I don't even know what those years.
Something that I know you gotta still remember. What was the first big purchase that you made when you got that big bag? Everybody light up when you asking that. Look at that. Come on now, think about it. What was that first big purchase?
I think first one. I think to be able to pay off a mortgage, a complete mortgage. From that to watch. Something that at the time, my mom and them was like we were struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be able to put that money on that, on the house and actually contribute to the house.
That's wonderful. We all from the hood. We all want to take care of mama when we get some little money. But after you took care of mama, took care of the family, what was the first thing you bought for Slim?
Oh man, it was a 328 BMW.
That's what I want. That's the smile I wanted to see. Okay.
Yeah. I put the momos on there. You know what I'm saying? I had the mirror tint. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you could tell us. Come on now. Like, hey, like it was one of those things. Like, like I knew I couldn't do too much because what I mean. I put more of the money there, and
Right.
I mean, you try to buy a couple of shoes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have something. You can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where people be like, all right.
You got to pull up
Y'all,
right.
you looking all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, you looking like y'all doing something. You looking like you're doing something. So yeah, my first ride was first big joint was BMW.
All right, now we know you grew up in the church, man of God and everything, but what was it like when you got on that road and got to experience, that groupie love?
Oh well, hey, listen, like some had more better than others. I just
You the lead singer with the high voice. I know panties was being thrown left and right. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's just one of those things where we first of all, let me just say this too. We had an amazing crew like with us, so we couldn't get in no trouble. So we couldn't get in too much trouble. Now, with my situation, I have to admit, I was already having kids at an early age. Like my baby mama, I was with one of the ones that had kids first. Like my kids were already, yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So it was like I had to look at certain things a little bit different.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like the other guys could do certain things I just could not do. You know what I'm saying? Like so when you come off the road and stuff like that, I had responsibilities. Matter of fact, when I was recording the first album, I had my first son up there with me. Big shots out to Mama Combs. You know what I'm saying? Puff's mama, she saved me. Hey, she saved me. Even though even to today, I have an amazing relationship with my boys. I guess they were like guinea pig, especially my oldest one.
Yeah,
but,
first kid always is.
Thank God that Mama Combs would come to the studio and she would see. She was like, "Whoa, okay, I see what. Okay, give me my baby." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like it's crazy because like even when she sees them now, she's like, "Well, where's boys at?" But yeah, so but the love we were receiving for the ladies was absolutely amazing. You got to think like from the hood, not usually seeing some of the type of the women that look the way they did, and you're like, wow.
I got up to New York and went Spanish women crazy like most boys from the South do.
You in New York, yeah, and you're like, oh, the girls didn't look like that, and you know what I'm saying? Not in Zone 3, nah. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So and we were clean cut guys, so we were the guys that the mamas and the daughters liked us. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
and touring with the Isleys, y'all probably got a little bit of that mama love too, huh?
Well, just say it like this: like the mamas definitely like they saw us, they were like, yeah, I mean that's nice looking. That's a man. Okay, I get it. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, all right.
Say less. Say less. All right. So as a kid, and who were some of your inspirations as far as groups?
Okay, now as far as groups are concerned, now I did mention already, like myself was the Winans and like the Commission, right?
Hmm.
You know, first premier group, especially Commission. Any group that says they didn't have anything to do with Commission and didn't take nothing from Commission, they're lying. Okay, so here we go. That being said, now we got R&B side. Anybody. First of all, I wanted to be Rap Trash Man. Let's keep it. So we're
Okay.
gonna go on with it. Okay, I wanted to be Rap Trash Man. I was too young. Okay, right. Okay, but so New Edition. Then you had Boys to Men. You had Jodeci. Oh my God, Mint Condition.
Mm. They underrated as well. Shout out to Stokely, another incredible
Good
singer.
Lord, that's why I said I can name you groups with guys with wild voices that you know what I'm saying, like just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You probably like
Like
the
that's
stylistics
what
too, huh?
I love the
Yeah,
stylistic.
I
I
can see
love
it.
them. I like even with like Earth, Wind and Fire.
Feel
My
it back.
God,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
with the falsetto, like come yo, like um and the Temptations, the Drifters, like what? That's what I said. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. What?
Yeah, yeah. All the high
You know what
voices.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, so we were listening to like groups that, you know what I'm saying, that could hold their own, but we were taking a lot of things from groups and say, what is the ultimate group? Ultimate group, not people standards, our
Right.
standards. Like, so big shout outs to Full Force. Here we go.
Okay.
Like, it's like we were paying attention to groups where not only were they coming out with their own hits and stuff like that,
They was
they
doing it
were
for
writing
others.
for other artists. To know that people that like, man, they was running artists like writing songs for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, with Britney
Yeah.
Spears.
It was
They're
more than
huge
just them buff
records.
dudes from that damn house party. Bowlegged Lewis, yeah.
Hey,
That's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
man. You know
Crazy.
what I'm saying? So big shouts out to them because I got a chance to actually work with them. Like, what? Like, they didn't know how fanned out I was. I was standing and I was standing in Bell Harbor, like to get the phone call from them. I got a phone call from Bow-Legged Lou. Are you serious?
That's
Yo,
crazy.
like this is crazy. Like, um, like those are the groups that, like I said, 112, our whole thing was to be the ultimate group. No weak links. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like no weak
that's
links.
something that I learned when I actually went to see off. I can't remember the year, but when I first saw you in concert, popular opinion, Mike might not get the most credit, but he had a little section and he took it to church. You know what I'm saying? That's when I realized, and he get
Exactly.
to standing up, throwing that hand up. That's when I was like, okay, all these niggas can
Yeah.
sing. Like, they different.
Yeah.
They
People
different.
didn't know, but you come to a 112 show,
Yeah.
oh, you learn something. You know what I'm saying? And that's why big shouts to my bro Mike. Like, I guess I'm his biggest fan, like as
Right.
far as like his singing. So here we go. Like, it was like to see all four, you know what I'm saying, guys like really max out their situations and everybody thinking for each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking for the next man. That is what made 112 invincible. Like once everybody stopped thinking like that, then that's when you have cracks. You
Well,
can't
let's get
defeat that. You know what I'm saying?
let's just
Unless
quickly get to that. I realized I was getting old when I saw y'all out here. I was at a Soul Fest, and I'm sitting on the floor. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not this high. That is not Deron and goddamn Q right there. What is going on? Like, hold on, they all matching, but that ain't the same four niggas. Nah,
right.
ain't.
Yeah.
So about what year did the breakup happen, and what caused the breakup?
Oh, well, it was simple. I mean, for me, I just felt like that, people had their own ulterior motives. Easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, I would say that to any and everybody. If I would have known that the demise of the group, because first of all, 112 broke up twice. All right. So the first time 112 broke up was after the fifth album. You know what I'm saying? Like people put spins on it, like people decided to do solo projects. That's a lie. Hey, I never decided. I never wanted to do a solo. I was very happy and very, very content of being the lead singer of an invincible 4 lead singing group. You see what I'm saying? Like, I at our time, like, unlike any other group, all of our projects were going platinum or better. ever
Yeah,
in front of
I
me.
never
And
fell
then, you know what I'm
off.
saying?
Like it was never
Single,
an unsung moment for y'all.
right. That's what I was trying to say. Like, so that's what I'm trying to like. So you have to understand, like, when you start seeing certain things happen, that was rather heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? So the first time, you know what I'm saying, it happened. So I came out, everybody know I came out with a solo project after 3 years, and you know what I'm saying, of
Limbo.
executives,
Yeah.
executives coming to me and saying, stop being stupid. Because that guy that you're talking about, you talking about 112 forever, that guy that you're talking about, it was in my spot trying to play me music. That didn't really sound right. Like I'm not signing it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So I was like, man, I don't know about anybody else, but I got kids, I got family, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I did invest into other things that were doing great too, you know what I'm saying? So
I like the
I
way you
did have that going.
say it wasn't you wasn't hurting.
No. No. So but as far as my love for music is concerned, I was rooting 112 forever. So when I saw that wasn't going to happen, I felt like that was a certain thing that happened the last time we had did a show. It was in Germany. I won't go too far into it because I let a movie talk and talk that.
I was gonna ask about that,
But
but go
so
ahead.
so basically it kind of like really put it in my face that, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, if you're gonna do something, I'm listening to these execs or whatever. So I said, you know what, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it my way. So end up believing myself, got with the same guys that was day one who believed in me, didn't look that they didn't have no ulterior motives and nothing like that. We got together, created M3, put out my first single, So Fly, peaks out number 4 on the R&B. You know what I'm saying?
We just
On
got to touch
R&B.
on that. My last name is Fly, so I just got to thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a theme song. It took Gucci and Bruno Mars to kind of replace that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been so fly for a long ass time. Appreciate you. I've been wanting to tell you that, but go
Hey,
ahead.
oh my God, that was an
I wake up
amazing
and
year.
get dressed to that shit at that time. I was
That
getting
was
fresh.
crazy.
You couldn't tell me shit when that came on.
You feel me? Big shouts out to Oz and Niz out there in Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Ricky P and all those cats down there that really helped me, you know what I'm saying, go into that direction and help me understand who I was as an individual.
Right.
As I was so used to singing in a group, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out like who am I?
Right.
Or I didn't want to let go from the whole, that was my problem. I didn't want to let go from the fact that, oh man, it's not 3 guys with me. You know what I'm saying?
So normally
So
it's always the lead singer want to jump out the group and break everything up, but you're saying it's the complete opposite. It wasn't you, it was somebody else
had
who
nothing
just
to do with me. I promise you right now. Like, and I promise you, a lot of the stuff is out there. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that happen had nothing to do with the lead singer. I'll tell you that right now. So for me, I felt like I was thrown in the bus.
right.
So okay, so musically, I put this situation out. That was like probably the most financially and successful I have ever been in life of any time of singing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I really financially had no reason to. I mean, I was staying in Bell Harbor. I stayed there for about 6, 7 years. Like and get a phone
Kids, go Google
call.
what that area is. Google how much that shit costs.
Yeah, there you go. I was on the water side.
Okay.
So he was
Slight flex,
all
slight
right,
flex.
like, okay, so I got a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it was saying that, hey, we had a change of heart. We're not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna be the reason. This stuff. If we just entertain it. I laughed at it at first, and I was like, man, and I'm not gonna go to there. 'Cause I let a movie decide show you that. But I just say it like this: I came back because not for money. I'm the only one that I didn't come back for no money and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I put myself in financial jeopardy by coming back after I was making so much money. And,
Right. Had to
my
split that
condo
4
was
ways
like
again.
yeah. I had my condo was 4,200. Listen, and then I had this house and all this stuff or whatever, which what I'm saying kind of leads. It's so 360 of what's going on, what happened today. So I risked a lot. Let's say it like that. My situation was definitely for the star on the Walk of Fame and the induction to the Hall of Fame. That's the only thing 112 does not have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything else, we got it. I mean, hey, it is whatever, what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? As far as, we're blessed. I'm humble to, you know what I'm saying? So 2000, when I came back, you just start seeing some of the same old, same old.
Right.
So at this time, I had already made a promise to not only the fans, but to actual people that were close to me that I was going to see it all the way through. Like it's going to be 112 forever.
Right.
So with my situation, with me, I have a loyalty issue.
I
Like
understand that
if
problem.
you make a promise, hey, like you know what I'm saying? If you're in a group, you got to think we, us, and our. You can't say me, myself, and I. The day you start saying me, myself, and I, it's not gonna work. You can't be in it. Why are you in a group? Okay.
Big facts.
So when you start seeing those type of moves with me, myself, and I, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got front there were some things that happened to where, I had to definitely do things that protect the brand. Because my whole movement is for the brand. It's 112 or nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I looked at Mike, and I always used to look at him. He started the group. He has the 112 tatted all over him, all these 112 stuff. And I was like, man, I can't do that. My mom, I can't do tattoos and stuff. But my loyalty to the brand is what got me here. I would not be here without it. So without any cost. So being a nerd, you know what I'm saying? I'm a businessman. So one of the things as far as, you know what I'm saying, I am, like I said, do your homework. It's a lot of stuff that I used to say when I was doing M3. Branding. Brand yourself. Be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for anybody. You do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the name 112 was abandoned in 2010. I watched it for 8 years. Nobody talked about it. Nothing. So I trademarked the name. I really didn't know who to trust at this point because I was watching a lot of things. I was questioning a lot of things. Not to mention that, I had risked a lot of things personally myself. I lost a lot of people. A lot of people were disappointed in, you know what I'm saying? Like they felt like that, I gave up on myself, but they believed in me more than I believed in myself, But for me, it was more like, okay, I gave a promise and this is for the brand, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what everybody's opinion is, you know what I'm saying? So of course, I'm going to. I picked up the name. I picked the trademark. I spent 6 figures and kept trying to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like kept it alive, no matter what a person say, no whatever anybody does or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, don't say what that other person say. Protect the brand at all costs. So when you saw that, what was that tour? What was that concert you saw?
Oh, I saw y'all at the Soul Fest out here in Las Vegas.
Okay, so you saw
And it
us
was
at the
about
Soul Fest.
2018, 2019, now that you mention it. Yeah.
There you go. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, one thing I learned, you know what I'm saying? And I looked at all of the groups I looked up to from Journey on down. I can go from all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't name a group that I didn't like that didn't have breakups or, you know what I'm saying?
That's
That
when I
was great
realized I was
music.
getting to a certain age. Like my favorite damn groups as a child, I mean, it's coming up, it's breaking. I was like, we had the promoters in here one day. They was promoting for a concert y'all had in here one day. I was like, damn, we all at that age. Like, it hit me.
Yeah,
Like,
we're at a situation, and I had to learn to accept that myself. Like, no person more disappointed than the people that actually believe in the brand. Not so. If I was just about Slim, I would have stayed my ass out there on the beach. You feel me? Like I would have been, hey, like I would have been there. I'm cool. But when I said 112, it's bigger than any one person. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no I in me, and I could not see that. I was like, if you can't, so somebody has to protect it. So
right.
that's why when you see it, like yes, you might have not seen the former members or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I wish things were done a little bit more tastefully. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that were said and things or whatever that was just straight out not right.
I just want to say this is a surreal moment for me. Like I'm a fan of media and R&B music, and just to actually be interviewing somebody that I was a fan of all this time about a group breakup, And the way you handle it is so classy. You ain't mentioning no names and everything. I know it's more that you could say that you're not. This shit is crazy. Like, this is a full circle moment. Like, this is crazy as hell right now.
But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Class and premier, like for the brand, it doesn't matter about people's feelings. There's no feelings. Like that's something I learned. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to think that. You know what I'm saying? I was the person like if something was happening, you know what I'm saying? I invested in people's personal affairs. Like, okay,
We got a movie coming. I know.
At the end of the day, the movie will do the talking. I would basically say, look, hey, you know, at the end of the day, when you're in the group, all those that are trying to aspire, you know, because we need to bring the groups back.
We definitely do.
Never lose the fact that you're looking for the next man. You have to love you have to you love thy neighbor as you love yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to have that heart for real. You can't pretend. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't for the like this ain't for it's not like for the person that are the selfish. If you know you're selfish, you don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so, I big up anybody that's in a group that looks out for the next. Like I big up the Migos, love them.
Yeah.
Why? Because you know what I'm saying. Like they know they're talented. They can do things by themselves or whatever. But these guys actually look after each other. They are tied to each other.
Right.
Hell, but I know two of them are definitely related. But it doesn't matter. Hey, these guys, they didn't let the music industry
break them up,
split them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, just whatever the reasons why, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it takes a special person to actually say we, us, and our and actually mean it.
So let me ask my typical media question. Do we see any chance of mending these fences?
For the person that owns the name and like and you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me ask you a question. How many times would you give an ex if she tells you time and time again, you know what I'm saying, I'm never gonna cheat on you? Nah, I wouldn't do that to you. No. I did it to you before, but you know, things are different. You know what I'm saying? And then not only the second time, you know, they did it, they tried to embarrass you. They try to do some things that
Just
were
like
just
sometimes
downright
when you're in
illegal.
marriage, you do it for the kids. You know what I'm saying? You put on a good face
Yeah,
for the
you know what I'm
kids. Y'all
saying?
can do it for the
But
fans.
and that's what and that's what 2012 was.
I mean, we a little bit past that. I just want to hear "I'm a Player" live one good time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I'm
other
a
than
player
that,
is performed live. See, that's what I'm saying.
I know,
The
but
records are the records have been playing. So I look at it like this. I looked at it like this, right? Like at the end of the day, I watched a big event that happened on CNN. It was in New York, right? They were like really celebrating New York City. CNN was hosting it. There were a lot of big groups that was on there, and one of the joints that really caught my attention was Journey. Now, when Journey came out, it was something that was it was a big elephant in the room. It sounded amazing.
right,
It's a big elephant.
just didn't look the same.
There was this young Asian guy.
Yeah, that's right. That is the lead
He
singer
was
of
the
Journey now.
lead singer. But let me tell
Arnel
you something.
Pineda.
Yes. Let me tell you something. I closed my eyes and it felt just like Journey. And the people, it was tens of thousands. People were out there going crazy. Like, listen, at this point, it's not about, we're not chasing Billboard anymore.
Right.
We're not doing all the stuff like when we first came out and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right now, this is about legacy. So for me, it's personal. This is about legacy. Has nothing to do with like today. I just paid off everything. Everything you see, everything, you know what I'm saying? The person that struggled and did all this stuff and gave out and sacrificed everything, you know what I'm saying? Now, it ain't about money. I paid on my house, my cars, my properties. I have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could literally just retire. But guess what? No. My heart still is about the legacy. It's two things I want. Two.
Star.
Now, the star on the Walk of Fame and an induction in the Hall of Fame. And as I found out now that I see that after our 25th joint, I've talked to some people, and I actually don't need members. One man cannot stop that to happen. So here we go. We're talking real legacy. So
But
hey,
if y'all do
at the
get
end
that
of,
star, it'd be great to see all four of y'all there. You know what I'm saying? Because all four of y'all
and
played a
that would be
part
a
to get y'all
situation
there.
determined. I promise you, as a person, you know what I'm saying, that that really don't pretend to be in church and nothing like that. Hey, I promise you, I'll go in the closet with the olive oil, with the oil. You know what I'm saying? I would speak to whatever like holiness preacher, pray hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it to me, it's like the person that gave up on the like in the middle of the team, and you're in the middle of a situation, and you're in the middle of the regular season, and then all of a sudden you had these people and that was supposed to be on your team that you depended on, and then they gave up on you for whatever reason. They said, hey, I don't,
Right.
nah, it ain't gonna happen. And without me, it'll never happen. Without me, it'll all fall apart. It- you know, uh, I'll do whatever it takes to see everything falls down. You know what I'm saying? Just anything, like just so. Then you make it to the playoffs,
Huh.
and you still seeing people from the side. You know what I'm saying? Some things happen. I remember we did verses, and we had some things that happened. Some people that said some
Like I
things that
thought
I'm
maybe
saying.
we was gonna get y'all all four together for the verses. I held out a little hope.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, because of now, you know what I'm saying? It got so ugly to where now it's in court. You know what I'm saying? Like for myself, and like I said, you know what I'm saying? I actually, you know what I'm saying? Like I own the name.
I like how you pulled out them chains, right? You got to start flexing about the shit that you own. Good job. I like that. Okay.
I know. I
No,
mean,
no,
it's
it's
just,
okay. It's okay. It's humble flex.
but it's one of those things where, okay, if you really you truly love the brand, why would you do anything to damage it? Case in point, when I came out with So Fly, the group had broke up.
Right.
Go through any type of situation. Did I dog any individual? Did I go at anybody? Did I say anything toward anybody in a negative sense? Anything?
Nah, I really did a little research before this interview. You kept it clean. A couple other people, they had some things to say, but
Yes, they did. Right. Okay, that's great. You're very good. Okay, so here we go. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with my personal feelings. It's all about the brand. It's not. It's no. It's there are no feelings. Like it's about the brand. And at the time, you know what I'm saying, which is the whole thing. I'm still the same guy. If there's a door open, then I allow the door to be open.
Right.
At the point I confront you, I couldn't see it then. You know what I'm saying? It is. But what I'm not going to do is do something that would damage it to where it's a point of no return. So I look at things and how you treat other people and how you do other people, and you know what I'm saying. I make a decision. I said something to you about dealing with an ex. Which you did. How many times would it take for somebody to keep cheating on you or do something crazy to you? You know what I'm saying? Where you just be like, okay, no mas.
right.
Or you know what I'm saying? In this game right here, this is a business. It's not a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think we didn't sit down in a room and talk about things?
I'm happy I at
You
least
didn't
made
think
it to
that
that
was
point.
somebody that didn't say think about the fans or think about your families?
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of the day, that's all I'm saying is, hey, you know what I'm saying? That was said. I'm saying it on your platform. That
Right.
was said. So if it didn't happen, that means somebody disagreed. Okay. So at the end of the day, 112, the brand, we're still headlining situations. Our
Big
number
facts.
actually went up.
Say the price went up.
The price went up.
Okay.
After the versus situation when everybody was, you know what I'm saying, including, you know what I'm saying, cats saying what it was not going to happen, when I'm the person that can decide what happens with, you know what I'm saying, a particular brand. Like, I mean, and then to actually win, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay, all right, that is a part of our history. Okay, that's a legacy. You can't fight a legacy as that has nothing to do with your feelings. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's why I say like, so I'm very confident in anything. I don't think we can be stopped or Mike and my dream is no matter what. So what you said about, so now that we fought and spent all the money and did all this stuff, what you said about the other two the former members coming and
Yeah, I was just saying if it was some way we could all four come together for, any occasion. But
after you did like you did all the stuff and fought everything even that they did, then now you want them to. That's we're gonna have a nice little talk with Jesus, and you know what I'm saying. I need him to come down himself.
So it's gonna take an act of God, basically, is what you're telling me.
An act of God. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, because we're living in the last days, and I do believe in the rapture.
True. So I guess I need to go ahead and get familiar with those other two gentlemen. Who are those two gentlemen that are on stage with you every night?
So they're dancers. So first of all, so here we go. There are a lot of people that ask Mike and I the question of oh, why won't y'all put two singers in
Like Drew
in
Hill and a lot of other groups do. They just add shout out to the
they
two
just
players who
add two
play here though.
singers. But here we go. Here we go. If you do that, then the group still doesn't sound the same. They still don't look the same.
True.
So what Mike and I just did was to actually we protected the sound and we gave the respect to the former members that what you contributed to the group is not going to be
Replaced.
overstood.
Okay.
It's never going to be replaced. I don't see it that way, regardless of how I feel like Mike was disrespected. We're going to respect them and their work that we feel like that they contributed. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make sure that that piece of work or whatever will get to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of
We're gonna speak that into the existence because if I ain't learned nothing else from this interview, we're gonna get that Walk of Fame and we're gonna get into that Hall of Fame. We getting that star, we getting into the Hall of Fame,
Yes.
man.
Why not? That's the only thing. What more do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we got every award, we got all this stuff, we did all this stuff, we traveled around the world, we've done like we're blessed. We're so blessed. Like
Indeed.
most people would stop at certain things and levels at what we did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we've had the premieres tours, we've sold all these records, like premier, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think like, you know what I'm saying, the songs that we've written and produced for other, our catalog is unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just wild stuff that we've done. And if you look at it, the definition of what we consider an invincible group, we've pretty much achieved it. So
Yeah.
the only thing we have left, and I ain't gonna front, we would love the NAACP.
I got one more thing I think I want for y'all. As you mentioned Boys to Men earlier. Usher got a residency out here in Vegas. Boys to Men, Ben had a residency. I could see a 112 residency. You know what I'm saying? That's the one. Yeah.
Okay, you definitely touched a sore spot.
Uh-oh.
That was offered to us.
Oh shit.
But because of actions of people we can't control.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a possibility. It's still up in the air. Like you say, the group
Yes,
still,
it's
the sound is
possibility. I
still
have
there.
friends out there that can do it. But so but guess what? I look at things, you have this one shot. We're all from the hood. We all got dreams. Sometimes you get that one shot. And if it's right there in front of you, the worst thing, it's a letdown when you try so bad and then yourself. And for whatever the reason, maybe you messed it up. Maybe you didn't try hard enough and it fades away. You're disappointed. You want to know something that's more disappointing? When somebody else affects your situation and really don't care what you feel.
Mm.
So for me, it's a bigger pill to swallow. So I say, you know what? I can't worry about things they can't control or people you can't control. But what you can control, what we can do is to make sure that our brand and our legacy rocks on. You know what I'm saying? Like that we continue to be on the prestigious stages and selling them out. And
Hmm.
we're not just on these joints, we are headlining these joints. Sold out joints all the way across the board, you know, and we're gonna ride it, we're gonna go hard, like because we watched. All I know is from my eyes to watch the Isley brothers.
Yeah, they done survived a lot. Deaths, taxes, and some more shit, and they still out here killing it.
They here. You know what I'm saying? Like legacies never fade,
Hmm.
even if people do.
Mm.
Legacies, songs, real songs. Our songs definitely aged very well.
Extremely.
So,
Extremely.
you know what I mean? Like it's what's in our power is to make sure it doesn't fade away. Where people are saying, where is 112? Like, what are you doing? Now, I myself, right now, I can be on an island. Matter of fact, my final destination is somewhere on an island of Oahu in Hawaii.
Okay.
I already have the property.
Another
Like,
slight
listen,
flex.
at the end of the day, I'm not going there, and I'm not going to be comfortable unless me and my brother, who has all of those the tattoos that picked me, that nerd that carried the cello and the JRTC outfit. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a chance to be a part of this iconic group. I got to see it all the way through, and there's nothing and nobody at this point to stop it. Like now that I know exactly what it takes to get it, kind of feels good that, you know what I'm saying, what was said a few years earlier was just what it was, wasted hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like that 112 and 50 years from now, when none of us are here, when you talk about this era in hip hop and R&B as far as groups are concerned, you can't mention it unless you talk about 112.
Listen, we got it. We're gonna let that marinate for a second. We got to get up out of here, but I just quickly want to ask you, what is your favorite 112 song?
Like I in front, like I'm such a big fan of Mike's voice. Like I feel like anything that he sings is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like um, all time favorite,
All
so
time.
probably Cupid.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that took it to another stratosphere.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was not our biggest song.
What was the
It
biggest
we
song?
it was a huge song and it definitely broke records and stuff. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Peaches and Cream
Okay,
definitely is in the Guinness Book of World Records of most played urban song ever
I
for a
did not
period
know that.
until we ran that until In the Club by 50 Cent broke it. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So, but you can't take that away from us. But it was just something about Cupid where, and I love songs with controversy. When we had a particular PD program director that was number one in the nation at the time, told us that it wasn't a hit,
hmm.
said that, you know what I'm saying, he didn't understand it and he's not going to support it. Only for us to come back around and Cupid ran his radio station, not just in spins, but in top five calling. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
So now it ain't about your feelings.
Facts
You know
over
what I'm saying?
feelings.
It's facts over feelings, real numbers over everything. You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie. Numbers.
All right, but man, if you got any final words before we get up out of here? This has been an informative and very
Hey,
entertaining interview.
hey, I want to thank everybody out there all around the world who's listening and supported 112. everyone. You know what I'm saying? Through good, bad, ugly, through everything. Like I want to thank everybody for just giving us a chance. You know what I'm saying? To bring our talents to the world, and you know what I mean, and just you know not forgetting us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many artists out there, so many songs that could just be looked over, and you know what I'm saying. We were blessed. We have God's favor, and a favor of a lot of y'all out there. You know what I'm saying, to keep us alive. Keep supporting real R&B music. We'll continue to give it to y'all. Mike and I's 112 forever. We not stopping until God decides for us to stop it. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all, and thank you, room service, for what I'm saying, allowing me to have this interview.
I want to thank you. I met you in person a couple months ago at Hardin. You was very humble and gracious then, and has even been more humble and gracious doing this interview and this whole process of setting this up. We greatly appreciate you, brother. Just want to say thank you and give you your flowers. 'Cause like I said, I've been a big fan. This is a big moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to keep it together. Like before I hit puberty, when my falsetto was high as hell, I thought I was slim for a moment. You know what I'm saying?
I
Shit. So,
appreciate it.
you
I
know,
appre- I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
not a problem, man. Once again, appreciate you for checking in. We'll just want to say thank you one last time.
Thank you.
All right, my man. You have a great one.
You too.
All right, and that's the end of the show, man. And we went a little bit over time, but it was very necessary. We had a legend in the house today, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all check in and press play and enjoy your stay. We up out of here.